It's not a big presentation actually, because currently at City University we don't have much programs to offer. But yes, with my past 6 months at City University, I am really glad to share that we have got a very good response from the students, as well as our visa success rate is quite very good. Very less number of refusals, that too because of a general reason only. So I think the main highlight about City University program, master's program, first of all, of course, being a master's program, it offers the open work spouse permit for the open work permit for the spouse. That is one of the good points. Secondly, yes, the it is currently not covered under the PAL thing. We didn't had any we don't have any PAL requirement as of now, but yep, that might be announced in month of January. But in the past 6 months, yes, the good number of students applied through for this program in Calgary campus. The good thing now is that we also offer an Edmonton campus. So you will have an option that for both Calgary and Edmonton, you can offer this master program to your students. I'll just share my screen. I think my screen is visible, must be visible now.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yeah, thank you. So when we talk about City University, I think one question which might arise you at times when you give the option is that people will say that they have not heard about City University much, right? So I'll just give you a brief introduction how to tackle that thing, because even today when I talk to students, they are like, we haven't heard about it, or our relatives have in Canada have not heard about it. So when we talk about City University, it's part of City University of Seattle. Okay. City University of Seattle is an American university, which is a non-profit private university, which was established in 1973. And City University in Canada was established way back in 1984. So the first campus was Vancouver, and it has been 40 years since City University in Canada is offering programs to the local students, the domestic students. Talking about its Calgary and Edmonton campus, the Masters of Education in Leadership program, which we are currently offering, is being offered since 2013 and 14. Right? Currently, they have three masters program. Otherwise, we might be opening up another program very soon. But there are three masters programs, out of which Masters of Education in Leadership was recently opened for international students in the year 2024 only. So since October 2024, we started accepting applications for Master of Education in Leadership program, Calgary campus. And April 25 onwards, we will accept applications for currently, as we are accepting applications for Edmonton campus as well, right? So if a student has questions or doubts about like how old this university is, or if they haven't heard about it, credibility of the university, so you can always share that this university is since 40 years in Canada, and in total, we have four campuses in Canada, right? The fifth one will also be coming up in Red Deer, but four campuses currently are functional, which include Victoria, Vancouver, and two in Calgary, which are Edmonton and Calgary. Two in Alberta province, sorry, which are Edmonton and Calgary, right? So it is integral part of City University of Seattle, which is an US post-secondary institution, a non-profit private university, right? And apart from like Canada and US, we have in total, we have presence in Vietnam, China, Slovakia, and Czech Republic as well. So this university has multiple campuses worldwide, and the total number of alumni till date is around 53,000, right? So as I earlier mentioned that in 1984, the first Canadian campus was opened in Vancouver, right? And as a non-profit organization, they are proud to reinvest in student learning and success. So when we talk about current presence, it's in province of Alberta, as I earlier mentioned, Calgary, as well as you can now send students into the program of into Edmonton campus as well, right? One good part about City University's programs is that we are offering very small student cohorts. So one student cohort is approximately 20 students, and we have very experienced faculty members over there, which are teaching our students as of now. So small class sizes enable our students to, again, have a one-on-one interaction with the faculty members, right? And Masters of Education in Leadership degree program is a program which will enable and which will bring out the leadership qualities inside of a student. So various students, like, they have various kinds of degrees back here in India, right? So one good part about City University is we will accept any accredited 3-year degree or even a 4-year degree for this program. So whether it is Bachelor of Arts, whether it is Bachelors of Science, Bachelors of Commerce, Business Administration, whether the student has done BA, MA, BSc, MSc, or student has done B.Ed even, right? They have multiple degrees. They can all join and start a program, the Masters of Education in Leadership program at City University in Canada. So, what another question which comes up is that what kind of skills student will be, uh, getting. So basically, what we are teaching over there, the main focus is upon the leadership qualities, the ethical and legal issues in leadership, research and inquiry factors, right? And data informed decision making is one of the learning outcome which a student will be doing. Students will be also learning about multicultural and diversity factors, because we mix up the students in our classrooms. So various diverse backgrounds are studying in one classroom. And also there will be various assessment techniques which a student would be learning in Masters of Education in Leadership program. Now, the kind of jobs which a student will be getting, of course, it is not an education program. The student will not be becoming a teacher after doing this program, of course, but they will be getting into the admin roles. So they can become a corporate trainer, they can become a principal of a school, they can become an admin of an organization. These are the kind of jobs which a student will be getting to do once they join this program, right? And yes, these are the 6 learning outcomes which a student will be uh, learning, which we aim that a student will be learning while they study this 2-year program at City University in Canada. So, as earlier mentioned, the things which a student will be coming up with be leading and mentoring teams. So, we will be enhancing the or a student can explore the leadership qualities which they have. They can build, lead, and mentor teams. Then they can learn about managing the human resources, budgets, and legal issues, which are quite much required in the admin roles when they will be appointed in various administrative roles. Then they could also be learning effective supervision of instruction, again, one of the traits which is required for good leaders. And they can also utilize various educational technologies and the new technologies which we are going to teach them, right? So these are the learning outcomes which a student would have. As I earlier mentioned, हिंदी में अगर हम कहें तो ये एक टीचिंग प्रोग्राम नहीं है, बट ये एक एजुकेशन इन लीडरशिप प्रोग्राम है, राइट? सो आपके स्टूडेंट्स इस प्रोग्राम को करने के बाद वेरियस एडमिन रोल्स में दे कैन get absorbed. And because as I earlier mentioned that since 2014 in province of Alberta, we are running this program for domestic students. So there is a huge alumni which is currently available to support the students. And we will be having 3 co-op programs in this 2-year curriculum. So there are 3 co-ops also which would be part of this 2-year program, and that will help the students to have the industry experience, first hand experience of the industry. As I earlier mentioned that these cohorts or the student class sizes which are there, that would be very small. We are taking in approximately 20 students per classroom. And we are increasing the number of cohorts, of course, because we have good number of visa holders as of now for January 2025. And we are going to multiply that again, maybe double number of cohorts by April 2025, citing the number of applications we are currently processing. And as I already mentioned, the program is postgraduate work permit eligible, as it is a master's program again. So there is no category which is assigned to it right now. And maybe in the month of January, the PAL requirement will be announced. But before that, we don't have any requirements of PALs also to apply. So if the student, you are sending in the application in this month, of course, we have a 2-week turnaround time for the offer letter. And by the mid of next month, if the student is able to lodge their files, there are high chances they can go ahead for the April 25 intake. But let me be clear, post April intake, we only have now October 2025 intake. So there is no intake in between. Otherwise, we have rolling intakes like October, January, and April. But post April intake, again the student will have to go into October intake only. As of now, we don't offer a July intake. Maybe in future we are able to start that as well, but not as of now. So if the students are enrolling right now, if they're paying the fee and they are lodging their files, do them let know first and that if in any case they're not able to receive a decision for April intake, then they might have to go back into October intake. I would also like to highlight one point over here. The minimum deposit which we take from an offshore student profile is 1 year deposit, that is 19,110 plus the application fee, that is 200 Canadian dollars. But one another good part is that it is not upfront. The application fee is not upfront. So initially you can simply apply for your student. There is no application fee. Once the student decides after run of a letter that they are proceeding with the fee structure, fees payment, they can go ahead and pay 19,110 as of now as 1 year fee and $200 of application fee. So total amount is 19,310. So that is approximately 735 per Canadian dollars per credit. So that is what currently we are offering, which is again one of the best options for your students because the fee structure is very, very minimal. You all will agree that 19,110 is a very minimum fee for a master's program in Canada currently, given the current situation. And also in province of Alberta, you will not find many number of options, right, for master's students. So this is one good part why students can,
But is this the 1 year master or 2 years
a
masters?
2 year masters. Yes,
Okay, and the fees 19,000 is for
yes,
1 year. So for second year, it will be again 19,000, right?
yes, yes, yes. So
Okay.
originally the fees is higher. It is like 40,100, sorry, 20,410 per year. But we are offering a flat scholarship currently. This flat scholarship is of $1,300. So that brings it down to 19,110 per year, right? So again, it is quite very affordable, I would say. And because there are not high,
And now it is available in two campus, Edmonton and Calgary,
yes,
and both open for April, right?
April 25, yes, they are open right now.
Okay.
And for onshore profile, if you are having any onshore students again, so the minimum deposit for them would be $9,020. So they can pay 9,020 and they can get an LOA and but they would be required to apply for a new study permit as per the current rules. So they can go ahead with that as of now.
ओके टीम, आप लोगों के पास ऑनसोर बहुत स्टूडेंट्स के आ रहे हैं कि हमें मास्टर्स में एडमिशन चाहिए, तो ये वाला आप उनको सजेस्ट कर सकते हो, ठीक
Right.
है। और $9,000 उनकी डिपॉजिट रहेगी।
हाँ जी, $9,020 would be the deposit. And अगर हम परसेंटेज की बात करें प्रेक्षक मैम एंड द टीम, सो see, we are asking for a 2.75 GP out of 4 on the scale of 4.0. That is approximately 65% in Indian terms, which I would say. But at times there might be a student जिनका डिग्री में 63 है, 60 और 2.5 है. We can still consider such profile depending upon the university, right? But if it is a private local university which is not that much reputed or not that much old, again, that would be, in that case, we would require minimum of 65%. But if the universities are old and they are reputed enough, so we can still consider a profile above 60% in degree, right? We will mainly see the degree score, but at times it might be also a possibility that a student has, like let's say, 58% in degree, but they have masters or they have a B.Ed after that. Again, it is case on case basis. We can apply, as I said, कि there is no upfront application fee. स्टूडेंट को पहले तो कुछ पे नहीं करना है, आपको कुछ पे नहीं करवाना है, आप वो एप्लीकेशन पंच कर सकते हो, राइट? And if the like the registrar's office, the enrollment office considers the same, we will be able to issue an offer letter within 2 weeks. So overall English proficiency requirement would be IELTS 6.5 overall. हमें minimum band requirement नहीं है. In PT currently we are accepting 59 overall, but this might get revised very soon because we got one or two refusals where the overall PT score was 61 and the subsets were like less than 60. So we are thinking of revising the PT requirement, but IELTS it is 6.5 overall as of now. So अगर कोई भी student है with 5.5 in one module maybe or maybe two, so if their overall IELTS score is 6.5, they can go ahead. Duolingo score जैसे onshore student है और उसका अगर English proficiency या IELTS PT उसका expire हो चुका है, तो उनको ड्यूलिंगो देना पड़ेगा, वो हम 110 एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हैं, 110 स्कोर ऑफ इन ड्यूलिंगो, राइट? So this is one good part. Apart from it, we require 3 letters of reference. So there is not a standard requirement. Basically, जैसे जो standard LORs होते हैं, जो colleges के professors लिख के दे देते हैं या कोई और लिख के दे देता है, we are not accepting that. There is a reference check form जो after application कभी भी student अपने referee से वो reference check form भरवा के उन्हीं को अपने ईमेल आईडी से फॉरवर्ड करना है. सो द रेफरीज हैव टू फिल आउट अ रेफरेंस चेक फॉर्म and forward that from their respective email IDs towards city university ID. So once these 3 references will be clear, then only the university will be able to release the LOS for the students who have paid the fee. So
ओके
three.
सर, लास्ट में वो ईमेल एड्रेस भी दीजिएगा जहाँ पे ये
Yeah,
फॉरवर्ड करने हैं।
श्योर श्योर, आई विल शेयर द फॉर्म एज वेल. मैं आपके व्हाट्सएप पे ही वो फॉर्म शेयर भी कर दूंगा. द ईमेल एड्रेस अदरवाइज इज ctu admissions Canada. आई एम टाइपिंग इट राइट नाउ. CTU Canada admissions @ctu.edu. Right? I will share the form also separately with you, the reference check form. Otherwise, आप स्टूडेंट जो एप्लीकेशन पोर्टल है उसमें से भी उसको डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं. सो इस ईमेल आईडी पे दे हैव टू, दिस इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड फॉर ऑफर लेटर, बट लेट मी बी क्लियर. अगर आपने एक जो फॉर्म्स फिलअप कर दिए हैं उसमें कंसेंट टू कॉन्टैक्ट फॉर्म में 3 रेफरेंस का मेंशन कर दिया है, ईमेल आईडी, फोन नंबर, डेजिग्नेशन. So on that basis, we will release the offer letter. But if the student is paying the fee to release the LOA, we require these 3 reference emails to be clear, right? So you have to simply punch in the applications on a portal. The team is already doing it in the past as well. We have seen. So that is a very easy process. Mainly, जो concern आता है that is related to contact, this consent to contact form and the letters of reference. तो उस पे आप पहले ही स्टूडेंट को इन्फॉर्म कर दो कि once their offer letter will be placed and if they pay the fee, they have to get these 3 references, 3 emails cleared from their referee, right? And all these documents will be uploaded upon the portal along with an updated resume. And we do not accept a general SOP. We accept 2 academic essays minimum. There is a list of 3, but out of that, minimum 2 academic essays are mandatory. उसमें एक
तो
सेल्फ.
सर वो ऐसे के टॉपिक भी आपके पास होंगे ना?
जी, मैं आपको पीडीएफ फॉर्मेट जो रिक्वायरमेंट रहता है वो आपको मैं अभी व्हाट्सएप या आपके ग्रुप में कर
ठीक
दूंगा
है,
बेशक, राइट?
ग्रुप में सर
जब
भिजवा दीजिए ना प्लीज। यस सर।
ठीक है, वो जो ग्रुप आपने फॉर्म किया था ना, मैं उसी में सेंड कर दूंगा, राइट? एंड उसी में लाइक वो जो फॉर्मेट है उसी बेस पे द स्टूडेंट कैन राइट देयर एकेडमिक ऐसे. उसमें मेनली दे हैव टू मेंशन अबाउट देयर स्ट्रेंथ, देयर वीकनेस, एंड व्हाई दे आर चूजिंग दिस प्रोग्राम, एंड व्हाट आर द क्वालिटीज दे थिंक द लीडर्स शुड possess, what quality does the student possess out of those. So these are the main things which are required, right? So उस बेस पे we can process the applications. So I hope that team, if you have any question right now, you can ask. We prepared this the frequently asked questions. So what is consent to contact form? जिस फॉर्म पे स्टूडेंट्स अपने तीनों रेफरीज का ईमेल आईडी, फोन नंबर, डेजिग्नेशन, नेम मेंशन करेंगे, that is known as consent to contact form, right? Then they have to write their effective essays. Mainly, as I mentioned, that there is a set of questionnaire which I will just send in the group. Then the referees have to send the recommendation letters to city university. That is a reference check form basically, and they have to resume, just submit a updated perfect resume. Currently, we do not ask for any backlog certificate until unless the backlogs are, let us say, not high. But if the backlogs are on the higher side, the university might ask for backlog certificate. So currently, we do not ask for a gap justification as well. अगर आपको लगता है कि वीजा पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से प्रोफाइल अच्छा है, वी कैन इशू एन ऑफर लेटर. वी हैव ऑलरेडी गॉट visas for I think, if I remember correctly, one candidate is 36 years old and one of them is around 39 years old as well. So they got approval from India, and they've joined City University already. So they had work experience in between. So if you feel कि अगर उनका gap justified है, the university won't be asking currently. We just require an updated resume and the education documents, and on that basis, we can process the offer letter. Transcripts, yes, they have to be submitted. Once the offer letter is released, there is a deadline date, which is mentioned upon there for submitting the fees and transcripts. Usually, just 20 days before at least the start of intake, we would require the transcripts for the students. Otherwise, they might need to defer, right? So transcripts would be required at a later on stage, but before the deadline. And yes, the application will be submitted online, the link to which I will share in the group after this session, right? So as I earlier mentioned, that the total education fee, the total program tuition fee is 40,820. That is 20,410 originally, but we are offering a scholarship of and the total program tuition fee is only 38,220 now. That is 19,110 per year, right? And yes, that's almost all from my end. There would be internships, there would be a research project, and there would be an exit portfolio presentation. Yani ki at the end of the session, 2 years, a student would be required to, give a small presentation regarding what were the outcomes, what did they learn from the program. And yes, that's it, almost from my end. I think what ye one of the
ड्यूओलिंगो आप एक्सेप्ट करते हो ना?
pardon,
ड्यूओलिंगो?
110, 110,
ओके.
right? Duolingo score of 110.
और सर बैकलॉग का कोई क्राइटेरिया है आपका?
कि मैम ऐसा जैसे कि until unless एक 3 year डिग्री प्रोग्राम में स्टूडेंट के 5-7 बैकलॉग्स हैं, तब तो रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है. बट अगर इट इज अपवर्ड्स ऑफ 10-12, तो ऑफ कोर्स यूनिवर्सिटी माइट आस्क. आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट यूनिवर्सिटी विल आस्क, दे माइट आस्क. तो एट टाइम्स स्टूडेंट्स का वो बैकलॉग सर्टिफिकेट साथ में अटैच हो जाता है कि अगर उनका किसी सेमेस्टर में बैकलॉग रहा था. Sorry, I am down with cold, sorry. So as such, the university won't be asking for a backlog certificate. And as I earlier mentioned कि ना हम gap justification के लिए कुछ मांगेंगे. It's up to you. If you feel that this profile is strong enough, उनका डिग्री में या उनके मास्टर्स में या डिग्री प्लस बीएड में उनका ऑलरेडी स्कोर अच्छा था, above 60%, 65%. If from visa point of view, you feel that the file is quite strong enough, if they get into a master's program, so yes, we will be readily taking them. And yes, काफी onshore students भी we have catered to already in October. Currently in January also we are expecting few onshore students. Of course, they are subject to the new study permit thing right now. But अगर आपके onshore students हैं जो masters options ढूंढ रहे हैं, affordable fee structure देखना चाह रहे हैं, you can always refer City University to these students.
और ये सर कोई भी बैकग्राउंड का स्टूडेंट अप्लाई कर सकता है, ऐसा कोई जरूरी नहीं है कि बीएड चाहिए, एजुकेशन चाहिए?
3 years, 4 years डिग्री होनी चाहिए, चाहे वो बैचलर्स ऑफ आर्ट्स है, बैचलर्स ऑफ साइंस है, बीकॉम है, बीबीए है. वोकेशनल एजुकेशन ना हो. इट कैन बी अ फिजियोथेरेपी ऑल्सो, लाइक आई नो दैट 2 or 3 फिजियोथेरेपी स्टूडेंट्स को भी वी वर एबल टू ऑफर दिस थिंग. बट हाँ, वोकेशनल एजुकेशन नहीं एक्सेप्टेबल है, राइट? So these are the backgrounds which are currently being accepted at City University. And as I said, that 65% का criteria है, benchmark है, but depending upon the university, we can still consider anything with above 60%. That again is subject to enrollment office decision. आप प्रोफाइल पंच कर सकते हो, देर इज नो एप्लीकेशन फी जो स्टूडेंट को पे करना है पहले. अगर वो वेल गो थ्रू हो जाता है तो ऑफ कोर्स वी विल बी एबल टू रिलीज ऑफर लेटर. 2 weeks का टाइम हमें उसके लिए चाहिए, और इतना टाइम हमें एलओए के लिए भी चाहिए. वंस द फीस इज पेड, अगर तीनों रेफरेंस ईमेल्स क्लियर हैं, तो हमें 7 से 14 वर्किंग डेज में वी विल बी एबल टू प्रोवाइड द एलओए, राइट?
ओके सर, क्लियर है.
राइट.
सर आप खाली हमारा जो ग्रुप है उसमें वो एलओआर के फॉर्म्स,
हाँ जी.
सेल्फ क्वेश्चनर्स, असेसमेंट क्वेश्चनर्स जो है वो, आपका अगर कोई ब्रोशर मटेरियल वगैरह है तो वो सब कुछ आप हमें प्रोवाइड कर दीजिए ग्रुप. ठीक है.
राइट. एनीथिंग एल्स योर क्वेश्चन इफ द टीम हैज?
टीम, आप लोगों को कोई क्वेश्चन है? नहीं, ठीक है, नो क्वेश्चन सर।
Right.
ओके
Okay.
सर,
Thank you
थैंक
very
यू।
much. Right. Thank you. Bye bye. I'm just sharing the academic essay format.